Hello, this is Gabriel Roșu and I will present you Autobilling feature. Shortly explained, Autobilling feature enables TourPack to generate invoices on behalf of your creditors. Invoice generation is done based on a schedule that you define, and creditors will receive an email with a proposed invoice, and by accessing a link in the email they can accept or reject this invoice. This is how an email will look like. It has the invoice attached, and also by accessing this link they can accept or reject the invoice. Also, the invoices that are generated are shown on the dashboard. You have the invoice number, the creditor name, this is the invoice name, the amount, the proof due date, and option to download the invoice. Invoice will look like this. And also option to download the accounting system export file, which will look like this. I'll go now through showing you how to set up auto billing. We start by first defining a creditor in the system. You do that by accessing the users creditors menu, and you fill in all creditor data like name, email, SWIFT code, IBAN number, account credit, and so on. Important to know is that this is the email where the invoices will be sent to. The account credit is the account credit assigned for this creditor in your accounting system, and will appear in the accounting system export file in here, showing that the total amount of the invoice will go into this account. You have a creditor number that you fill in by your own, the currency of the creditor. It's very important to know that the currency of the creditor is the currency that you use to fill costs for this creditor in the system. So for example, if there is a hotel that belongs to this creditor, you'll have to fill in the creditor in the same currency, in this case USD. We have an automatic checkbox, which means that the invoicing will be made automatically. And then there are two fields: approval interval, which is the number of days from the generation of invoice that allows the creditor to approve or reject the invoice. And then we have the payment days, which means from the approval day there are 3 days to pay this invoice. Then after defining the creditor, we also have to define currency. If there is the case, in our example, this creditor is using US dollars, and we had to define an exchange rate from USD to Danish krones. And you can do this by going through system setup, and then currency tab. After we have defined the creditor and we have set up the currency, we can now assign hotels, transfer, product, supplement, and handling to our creditor, so we can generate invoices. We do this by accessing hotel, and we set up the creditor. In the creditor drop down we check auto billing, and we also have to fill in the account debit and department code. The account debit and department code fields will be used in the accounting system export file, showing that this amount is going out from this account, and this is a department code that you use internally. You can set up automatic billing for the hotel, for the transfer cost, doing the same, assigning a creditor, checking auto billing, and filling department code and the account debit, for an extra, for a supplement, and for handling. Once you have done these assignments of all products that belongs to a creditor, you set up creditor, check automatic billing, and fill in account debit and department code. You schedule when the invoice will be made by using the creditor screen again, and you can set up to have invoices generated once a week or in a specific day in amount or even daily. For this example, an invoice will be generated once a week on Thursday. So every Thursday an invoice will be generated. This invoice will appear on the dashboard. Also an email will be sent to the creditor, an email like this, and from this point the creditor can view the invoice, and I'll show you how an invoice is looking like. We have here the creditor name, the email, the invoice number, then rooms are listed. So you have each booking number with arrival date, departure date, the hotel and number of units, period, 1 week or 2 weeks or 3 weeks, and the price. And of course the price is in US dollars in this example. Below rooms, extras and supplements are listed. So all extras, supplements, transfer and handling will be listed here. You can view the booking number, arrival date, departure date, the hotel, the period, and of course the price, and at the bottom you'll have the total of the invoice. On the second workbook of this Excel file, you'll be able to view in more detail what the cost for the room means. So this cost is split in special offer for the room price, any extra price, special offer for early booking, special offer for stay and pay and stay and pay. And if it's the case, the amounts will appear there, and the creditor can figure out what he's billing for and how the cost of the room is being calculated. Once they view the invoice, the creditor has the option, by accessing the link in the email, to reject or approve the invoice. So they can just say, okay, the invoice is okay, you should go ahead and make the payment, or reject it. And when rejecting, they can also have the option to fill in a comment saying the reason of the reject. So something is wrong on calculating extra bed, and they reject the invoice. The status of the invoices can be seen in the dashboard or the invoice tab. So you can filter them by the status: is pending, approved, rejected, paid, or archived, or they're invalid. When the creditor has accepted an invoice, you can switch the status from approved to pay by using the buttons in the dashboard. Also, you have the option to download a file that you can use to import invoice data into your accounting file system. And the accounting system export file will look like this. All the amounts shown on the invoice will appear on one line, and also indicates the account from which the money comes out, and the currency and the invoice number. And at the bottom there is the total amount is being transferred to this creditor account. That's it with auto billing for now. Thank you for watching.